When you think about women gaining the right to vote, maybe you think about the Seneca Falls Convention or even just the 19th Amendment. But we probably haven't considered the effects of women's suffrage before. Today I'm going to test your knowledge of this. A lot of names are going to be mentioned. Firstly, Lydia Taft, a wealthy widow from Uxbridge, Massachusetts. She was the first woman ever allowed to vote. She participated in town meetings in 1756, nearly 165 years before the rest of her sex would be given the same right. The Seneca Falls Convention took place in 1848, where women and men formed the Liberty Party, took the first step in women's suffrage, and demanded equal voting rights to all Americans, and not just males. It was also the first time anyone had proposed voting rights for blacks. In the next decade, the National Women's Rights Conventions were ran by Lucy Stone, a very popular women's rights activist and public speaker who had a college degree from the state of Massachusetts, which was unusual for women at that time. She was the first person to appeal for women's suffrage before a lawmaking body at the Massachusetts Conventional Constitution. After the 15th Amendment gave black men the right to vote, but not white women, women's suffrage gained a large increase in supporters, especially in the West. Overall, the western states were more in favor of women's suffrage and eventually ratified the 19th Amendment first. Other important and probably the most popular names in women's suffrage are Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Stanton. Here are their pictures. They're both pretty young, except for, I don't know, they're kind of young. We founded the NWSA, which stands for National Women's Suffrage Association, and led many conventions and events on behalf of American women. The first state to pass the law for women to vote was Wyoming in 1869, and the last was Mississippi in 1984. In conclusion, women's suffrage didn't only impact elections, it impacted policies, campaigns, and the U.S. as a whole. Women offer a different perspective on most issues than men. In Congress today, there are a record 20 female senators and 77 female representatives holding office. Without the passage of the 19th Amendment, the United States would be a very different place today. Thank you.